let's talk about a watch that in my eyes is a luxury watch killer. The watch in question, of course, is the Tissot PRX Powermatic 80. Let me explain. I hope you like my new plant, by the way. I had to fight tooth and nail for that plant. Let's begin by running through the specs of this Tissot PRX model. And as we run through the specs, I'll explain why this is killing other luxury watches in the same space. The overall look and feel of this watch reminds me a lot of a Grail watch that we reviewed quite recently. And I'm gonna link that up here if you wanna see it. But to generalize, I think that Tissot have really nailed it here. It's the perfect combination between a sporty, dressy watch, if that makes any sense. The Tissot PRX Mechanical comes with a barrel-shaped case at 40mm in diameter. A really nice point is that the proportions are really pleasant and sit wonderfully on the wrist. It comes in at a thickness of 10.8mm and a lug-to-lug measurement of 44mm. As such, the PRX is a compact watch on the wrist. As you can see on my rather skinny wrist, the watch doesn't sit on top, but kind of wraps around nicely with a bracelet that's angled and not just falling straight down. Now, this doesn't mean that the Tissot PRX is small by any means. It just is well proportioned. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Hamilton Khaki Field Far Cry edition that we had in the other day. It doesn't really have a bezel, but this gives the dial that bit more real estate that you're after. I normally wouldn't go for a watch that's 40mm in diameter. It's just too small for my wrists, but that's where Tissot's genius of this no bezel concept comes in. There's more dial real estate, so it wears bigger on the wrist, even though it's not. It's just a winner. Right, so let's talk a bit about that dial, which actually is the biggest point of difference between it and its quartz brother. The pattern on the dial is obtained by a stamping process, and it adds that little bit of extra value that we're after when we're shopping for, well, luxury watches. The rest of the dial is classic and really neatly executed. Luminous paint has been applied on the markers and hands for extra legibility in the day or at night. The Tissot PRX models also come in 3 variations. Now, we have 2 of them here today. We have the black dial, and we also have the white dial with PVD gold. But there's also a 3rd, there's a blue dial. Now, personally, I do prefer kind of more neutral tones. I go for blacks or whites. And for this reason, I would have to go with the black. If you would like to see that blue dial in person, you can do that on our website, where we're actually official stockists of Tissot watches. Check it out at chisholmhunter.co.uk. That's chisholmhunter.co.uk. Before I go any further, I want to talk directly to you watching this video at home behind the screen. You are what makes these videos possible, and we've just hit 3,000 subscribers. So from the bottom of my heart, the bottom of Chisholm Hunter's heart, and the bottom of Drew's heart behind the camera, a huge thank you. Beating at the heart of this Tissot PRX is Swatch Group's very own Caliber Powermatic 80. Now, can you guess how much reserve this Powermatic 80 has? I'll give you all the time in the world, give me a sec. It's 80 hours. So let me address the elephant in the room, because I know that you guys are thinking about it, so I'll talk about it and I'll address it. Just because this doesn't have an in-house movement does not mean it's a bad watch. Sometimes in-house movements aren't as good as standard ETAs. But I want to say something. Where else will you find a watch with an 80-hour power reserve for less than £700? This movement actually outperforms the majority of movements on the market, and not just a little, by about double with that 80-hour power reserve. Other outstanding features include good longevity and, of course, precise accuracy. And to crown this well-rounded overall package, the Powermatic 80 was given a new hairspring with a titanium-based Vacheron alloy. It is the heart of the movement and was designed to protect it from magnetic fields. This movement can be seen through the Tissot PRX open case back, which is another feature that I just love about this model, and I think puts it aside from the competition. I mean, I work with lots of luxury watch brands, and there's brands that are double, triple, quadruple the price with closed case backs, and I just don't understand it. But then you move back to this one, which comes in at below £700, and you can see that beautiful movement. it just makes it a bit of a luxury watch killer. Thank you so much for watching this Chisholm Hunter watch review. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please hit that subscribe button if you have, and we'll see you next time.